Welcome to Surviving and Thriving 2019 TCEA. Christy, how you feeling?
I'm on a mission. How are you feeling?
I'm fully charged.
24/7.
All right. Well, we're so excited that you are here at the webinar because, believe it or not, we are leaving Austin and we are moving the convention to San Antonio. So hopefully this webinar will give you some tips and tricks and some, important information so you can have a smooth start to your convention experience that's coming up here very quickly.
11 days.
That's true. Well, we're going to do introductions real quick. My name is Peggy Reimers, and I'm one of the directors of professional development here at TCEA.
And I'm Christy Bro, the associate director here at TCEA.
Well, we want to make sure that you can go ahead and put your questions in the chat at any time you'd like, and Ashley will field those over to us. And also, you can turn your mic on and give us a question also. So either way, we'll take your questions. So don't wait to the end. If something pops up, let us know because we want to get to all your questions. Okay. All right. So here we go. Let's start off with the one most important area at the convention, and that would be kind of a TCA hub, and that's where registration is.
Yes, so registration is in the main lobby of the convention center. It's super easy to find. It's going to be at the on the main street if you're coming in. It's a great big huge lobby with beautiful artwork in it. You'll see the shuttle drop-off is right there as well, and registration and all of the hub will be there too. So lost and found, volunteer check-in, our membership booth, coat and luggage check, emergency services, anything you could possibly need.
And also the volunteer booth is going to be there. So if you're a volunteer, that's where you're going to check in. Which reminds me, do we have any spots open?
We do. Actually, we've got quite a bit of volunteer spots open, and the shirt that the volunteers get this year is super cool. I'm very excited about it. So pre-register to sign up to volunteer so you can be guaranteed a shirt. If you sign up on site, you may not be able to get one because we will run out. But as a volunteer, you get exclusive back of the house access. So if you're wanting a premium seat in the opening keynote, great place to volunteer and get your seat in there.
And also in the volunteer spots, you can also be a workshop or a BYOD facilitator. And that's the only way that you're guaranteed a chair in that room. And we still have some facilitator spots open. So jump on over to the convention website and sign up for a volunteer spot.
Yes.
Okay. And again, it's right there by registration. So it's all there in one hub.
And the great thing about being a volunteer is you do that every day. They give away door prizes. I think this year is a $50 gift certificate. 2 are given away every day. And so if you volunteer multiple shifts, multiple opportunities to win.
That's like the cherry on the top.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. All righty. All right. The other thing I want to tell you kind of about what TCA offers too is that we always have a store. And this year the store is moving. And it's moving into the exhibit hall.
Yes. And we're really excited that we've got a bunch of new apparel this year. So if you're looking for some great TCA swag, that's where you'll go. And we even have new this year, we're celebrating San Antonio, and we have Fiesta medals. So if you're a Fiesta fan, we have a limited quantity of Fiesta medals this year.
And that's thanks to our president, Dr. Roland Rios.
Yes.
So if you ever see him, stop and ask him about his medals, because he has a boatload. It's amazing.
Yep. I'm going to just kind of get a little closer, not to give everybody a kiss, but I want to see some of these comments here because we have some questions. If there's a class we want to get into, how early should we line up so we don't miss it? I'm hoping that our attendees are not spending a lot of time in lines, but if it's something that you definitely want to get to, you might want to plan 20 minutes. All the capacities will be listed. So if you see people in line and it's a capacity of 30 and you're 32, probably want to find another session to go into. We'll try to make it pretty easy for you.
Okay. Is there any other questions there?
Let's see. I can't see. Ashley, are there any questions that are not answered? I'm so sorry. I thought I could read them and I can't. Ashley, are there any questions that we need to address?
Lori answered them. It looks like we're good right now.
Wonderful. Okay, just pop in if you can.
Okay. All right, so moving on, we're going to talk a little bit about keynotes. Okay.
Yes.
So take it away on the keynotes, Christy.
So Tuesday is Dr. Mae Jemison. Super excited. I think most of you may not recognize her just in her general photo, but when you see her in her astronaut suit, nailed it. Get there early. We're actually celebrating Dr. Mae Jemison with, she was one of the first to have a Lego minifig designed after her. And so we actually are going to have a minifig celebration, and you'll get to create your own minifig that looks just like you. But get there early because there's limited quantities.
And not that I'm biased or anything, but that is the best part about TCEA 2019 is that little minifig. It's pretty darn cool. I'm very excited. So, okay, that's
we'll make sure you get one.
Thank you. So that's our Tuesday.
Yes, and Friday we've got Allison Levine. Phenomenal woman, has done amazing things, and she's most known for her mountain climbing expedition that she did. And I'm really excited to just hear her leadership skills and some of the tips and tricks that she's going to share with that. And what was I going to? Oh, and then Gary Brooks is on Thursday. We definitely want to get in line early for him. He's not a keynote, but he is a featured speaker. You might have seen his YouTube channel not too long ago. He actually did an invitation for the conference and reminded everybody to save the date for February. But he'll be a great hit too. I hope everybody can catch his presentation.
And the other thing, we will have a special little intro activity to Friday's keynote.
Oh, yes. It's going to be a VR experience, so you can actually climb your own Mount Everest.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
All right, excellent. Okay, so that's a little bit about the keynotes. Let's move on to the BYOD and comprehensive workshops. The one thing I want to remind you here is to, if you're going to attend one of those workshops, you want to make sure that you have your software pre-installed. And you can find that information in the app because it will say that in the description, what you need. We're not having any we're not having any labs this year. So you're going to need to make sure that you have that software pre-installed. And I would do that before you hit the convention center.
Yes, definitely. So we tried to expand the workshops this year because there was such a big demand for hands-on opportunities. So the BYOD option was the best way to make that happen. But if you have any problems installing software, we actually have 3 tech help desks on site to help you with that as well.
And I believe they'll be on each level.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Speaking of the levels, should we talk about the maps real quick in the app?
Oh, we can. Do you have it on here?
I do.
Perfect. So the convention center has 3 levels that we're using: the street level, the meeting level, and the ballroom level. So we'll call them meeting room or levels 1, 2, and 3, although they're not referred to as that. And in the app, you can see we've got all the maps listed. So for you to get to one place to another, we actually did a handy dandy navigating the convention center cheat sheet, and it'll show you which elevators and escalators will get you to your destination the fastest, because not all the floors and not all the rooms are connected.
So that's under the navigating the convention. Because if you notice on the maps, we don't have levels 1, 2, 3, 4 like we would in Austin. We have the street level, the meeting level, and the ballroom level. Okay, but the one you're looking for is navigating the convention.
Yes, and so this one here, it looks funny probably from where you're sitting, but if you download the app and you look at it, you'll see where the elevators connect. So you'll have the insider advantage to get to the fastest place, or to your destination the fastest. And then we actually, when the exhibit hall is closed, because at any convention, it's always quicker to cut through an exhibit hall and cut the convention center in half. But when the hall is closed, it kind of eliminates that. So we actually created a cut through one of the empty halls that you can get through. It'll look very much like a runway that you're going through, and it'll get you there pretty quickly, but without the segue.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's our cut through. So if you have no idea where to find it, ask a tech crew. They're in the black. They'll know. A staff member, and we'll have the name badges. And also you can ask any of the steering committee or the board. They'll be in different colored shirts every day. I think maybe Wednesday's red, and then they'll be in blue, and then they'll be in black. And then on Monday, they'll of course be in the fully charged t-shirts, so you can find them.
Absolutely.
Okay, but that's a really cool thing. Check that out on the app. Since we're in the app, anything else you want to mention about that, Christy?
Just that you can, if you download it ahead of time, you can make your schedule ahead of time, so you've got your plan of action. The printed program, while it's great and useful, it doesn't have the full session description, which this one will provide to you to also tell you about the software that you may need. You could also review and give feedback to your presenter so that we can continue to help them to grow, and we can continue to offer you great presentations as well.
Okay. The one thing that I thought was really cool is that you will receive your barcode, and if you don't print it off or you can't find your phone when you have your phone and you don't want to print it off, under your My Planner, if you tap on my barcode, looky there, there's your barcode, and
go right up to the Fast Pass at registration, scan that, and you'll get your bag and your badge. Yeah. Yep.
So the app is wonderful because you can bookmark exhibitors, sessions you want to go to, evaluate.
Now, the one thing that I don't like about the app is that it's not connected to our membership account. It's actually connected exclusively to your registration account. So you'll log in using the email that you registered with, and your password was on your registration confirmation, but if you've misplaced it, you can have it resent to your email, or we're actually going to send out an email next week with the information as well. So you'll have it handy dandy there for you. But speaking of membership booth, do you want to talk about the membership booth?
I don't. Is this, what's this light bulb here? Is that?
Actually, oh my gosh, hey, come join us, please.
Look who it is. Who stumbled in. Hello, everyone. How are you? Where's the camera? Where am I?
You're right here. You're right there.
Gosh.
You're
Hello,
good.
everyone. My name's Chance. I'm the Senior Director of Membership here at TCEA. And I just wanted to pop in for a real quick moment to explain what we are doing at our membership booth this year. Now, the membership booth is located in the lobby atrium of the actual convention center itself. So when you walk in, it's one of the very first things that you'll see. What I wanted to do this year with the membership booth was actually provide some sort of visual representation of how fully charged our attendees actually are at convention this year. So the way that we're doing that is I've hidden these little plastic, see if you can see it, there you go, these little plastic light bulbs all around the convention center, okay? In each light bulb, there is what appears to be a message in a bottle. Okay, has a little rubber band around it. Now on each message, there's a tech tip, a tool, a resource, a member benefit that you receive through TCEA, an educational technology statistic that is relevant to EdTech here in Texas. So what you have to do is you have to locate one of these light bulbs, bring it to the TCEA booth located directly in the lobby atrium there. And once you arrive at the booth, you will take this tip and you will post your tip in the TCA social community. You'll post it either there or on Twitter, Facebook, or LinkedIn. So any of your own social media, you can post it there as well. Once you do that, we take one of these little, I don't know if you can see this either, these little LED lights, and we turn it on. Oh, it's being camera shy. There you go. So we turn it on, it looks just like this. We pop it in the light bulb. And then what we do with these light bulbs is we actually have built a large light bulb, probably like 5 feet tall, that will be built out of all of these little light bulbs. So we're essentially building one large light bulb out of all these little ones. So I'm relying on all of our attendees to find all 500 of them so that we can actually make this happen. At the end of convention, the goal is to have this entire light bulb completely lit so that we are, in essence, as we leave convention and head back to all of our campuses and our school districts, we are, in fact, fully charged to face this school year. So that is the whole purpose of the TCEA member booth. Once you've completed all of these steps and your light bulb is lit, you receive an exclusive t-shirt from TCEA. This is a t-shirt that you can't get just by attending convention. You can't get it in the store. You can't purchase it online. You can't find it anywhere else. The only way to do it is to find a light bulb, get it lit, post your tip in the social community or on your social media, and share that out with your personal learning network. So that's about it for the membership booth.
All right, well, thanks, Chance.
Yeah, of course. Thanks to all of you, and we will see you in February.
Coming up.
Hey, Peggy.
Yes.
We have a couple of more questions about the app. One
Okay, great.
Can they change their job title in the app?
Not in the app, they can change it on their registration information. So if they change it on their registration information, using their email and login on the convention.tca.org website, it'll change in the app as well.
Super. And one more question for now. It says, I don't have a navigating button on my map on the app.
Okay, so it is underneath. Under home maps, it's the fourth one down, navigating the convention center.
And if they don't have, I know that we changed apps, so you might need to maybe.
Yeah, good point. It's not the old app, so make sure you have downloaded the new app. We actually changed app company, so when you search for the TCEA convention, you might see two in the app store. So make sure it's the one that is branded with the fully charged look to it.
So it looks like that. That's what you're, oops, sorry. You're looking for that one.
Nope, still not that.
No?
You got it?
Yeah, that one.
That one.
That one.
Yep.
What I did too, and it's been a little while, is I deleted the one I had on here and just re-downloaded the new one because I didn't know what was the old and what was the new.
And one more question on the app. It says that hers doesn't have the map. It says attendee list on it. Can you correct her that way?
I'm sorry, what does it say?
It says attendee list.
Map should be right underneath attendee list.
So right underneath that. Okay, great. Thanks.
And maybe close out of your app too and then restart it again. That might help. Okay.
Oh, wait, is that David joined us?
Hey, David.
Hi, David. David is a 2019 convention chair from Lamar CISD.
I've been here the whole time.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, you've always been in my heart, but I just saw you.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I've been here the whole time. You guys are doing great.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that. All right, so let's move on. The next order of business is coffee.
Coffee, yes. So the convention center has great coffee. Believe it or not, I think it's more expensive than Starbucks. Yeah. So just a little insider's tip to two closest Starbucks to the convention center. There's one in the Grand Hyatt, which is located right next to the convention center. And then the favorite one, which is the larger one, is actually in the Marriott River Center, and that's just right across the street. That one's probably going to have the shortest lines, but I would still plan on getting there early.
Okay. And if you're looking for the nearest shopping, the River Center Mall is right there connected to the Marriott, right? Which is
Yes.
kind of kitty corner from.
Yes, so
the
you can grab
convention
your
center.
Starbucks. After your presentations, you can go over to the River Center Mall. Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm thinking maybe we have some first timers to the TCEA convention, and we have a couple sessions you might want to explore, but you might have gotten all your information here too. But if you didn't, we have two sessions. We have one Tuesday at 11:30, and we have one on Wednesday at 8:30. And that will be given by our two Brians, Brian Grenier and Dr. Brian Brown. And just to go, because they're funny guys, and there might be a few door prizes, and they'll give you some good tips too.
Yes, it's always fun, a fun session, definitely.
Okay. Any more questions come in, Lori?
Lots, but I think I've got them right now. They're still having a lot of trouble with the TCA app, so we'll may need, if we have time at the end, we may need to go over that again, okay?
Okay, sounds good. And most of you, I know Lori, but I want to give her just, Lori Gracie is with us. She's our executive director of TCEA. And I think that she's probably attended every TCA convention there has ever been. So,
No, I missed the 1980 and the 1981 conventions.
okay. Well, that's still a pretty good record. Okay. We need to talk a little bit about the exhibit hall.
Yes, swag in the exhibit hall
So the exhibit hall will open on Tuesday at,
3 o'clock.
okay.
Oh man, I wanted to give you guys a sneak peek at where the ice cream locations were going to be at, and I totally forgot to write those booth numbers down. But check your mobile app for the alert. It'll go out on Tuesday right before the exhibit hall opens at 3 o'clock. We'll have food stations located throughout the exhibit hall. You can get there early and get your free ice cream and some other snacks.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So that's 3 o'clock on Tuesday when the exhibit hall opens. All right, what, any other questions?
Do you want to talk about like some pro tips? How about some pro tips? Like the convention center, I think it's going to be 70 degrees that week. It's going to be really nice outside, but inside, probably not so much. Those convention center rooms are so cold.
Yeah. So what I would do is bring a sweater, and if you don't want, to carry that extra weight, you might want to do some layers, because sometimes either of the rooms are boiling hot, like Hawaii, and sometimes they're cold, like Alaska. So bring some layers, or at least bring a sweater.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Another pro tip is the most important thing, I think, is to wear comfortable shoes and bring several pairs so you can swap them out day by day. But you want to make sure, because I'm hearing that the San Antonio Convention Center is even larger than the Austin Convention Center.
Yes, definitely. So I'm only going to bring my 2-inch heels. I think the 3-inch might just be too much for this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good plan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Another thing is I would bring a backpack. You will be getting a backpack for convention, but if you want one that has a little bit more padding and maybe a little bit more room, I would certainly bring a backpack or maybe a little rolly cart. And I would definitely bring a refillable water bottle, because we will have stations around, right?
Yes, plenty of stations for refilling your water bottle.
Okay, make sure you stay hydrated. That's very important. And also maybe bring some snacks. You can bring some apples. They're nice and portable. Maybe some granola bars, because the food is, is not.
You want to spend your time in sessions and not in concessions.
Ooh, nice
Right?
one. I like that. Yeah,
I should be in marketing.
you should be. All right, so bring those snacks and that refillable water bottle.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, in the backpack, don't forget to tag your backpack, because everybody's conference bag is going to look the same. But if you leave your stuff in it and you accidentally put it down and someone grabs it, it's not going to end well.
And, and we have really good attendees who will turn in things for
Yes.
Lost and Found. I don't think we covered Lost and Found, did we?
I don't think we did.
So make sure you tag your bag and put a label on your iPad if you're going to bring it, because if somebody leaves something somewhere and we have your name, we can get it back to you.
Yeah. So Lost and Found is down in the main lobby by registration. You can also always email us at tcaoffice@tca.org and let us know that you've lost something, and if it's been returned, we'll get it back to you as quickly as we can.
We always seem to bring back a box of stuff.
Always. Yes.
So, what else we have here? Oh, okay. Don't forget to tweet, and the hashtag is very simple. It's hashtag TCEA. That's it. Hashtag TCEA. So,
And then you can tweet, and you can go down to the social media wall in the registration area, and you can see your tweet on the big screen.
very cool.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Don't forget, remember, download the app. You will get a paper program, but for sessions, the only thing you're going to get in the paper program is the title of it and maybe the date and the time and the strand. But for a description, you're going to need to have the app. Which another thing is usually we have a paper addendum, because we have some last minute cancellations or maybe some movement. That will not happen in paper this year. You will find it in your app. And if there is a canceled session, I think it'll be, I don't know, struck out or something.
Yep.
But pay attention to that addendum that you'll find in the app. Okay. All right. I'm guessing we have some experienced people. Do you have any other pro tips that we might have missed? Wow, we did pretty well.
We did good.
I'm not a pro, but I want to say that the iOS version of your app is way different for Android or Google. And we do not have the map like you have it.
I will look into that.
We're going to make a note right now.
And actually, the person who is responsible for the app actually has an Android, so we can double check with her to see what's going on.
Okay,
Interesting.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting us know that. We'll get that fixed. We'll get on it. What else? Anything else you can think of? Tips, questions?
Another question for you, Christy. Is Alice Keeler presenting this year?
Yes, she is. Let me see if I can tell you when.
Because you have it memorized when all 1,100 people, 1,100 presenters are speaking, right?
I did, except for just that one.
We do have 1,100 sessions to choose from. I don't think we have 1,100 presenters, but we certainly have 1,100 and a little bit over sessions. And those are in the forms of solution circles and 50 and 90-minute presentations. We have panels. We have comprehensive workshops. We have BYODs. We have the playground. Oh, the innovation lab.
Oh, we can talk about that. And I'm wrong. Alice is not presenting this year.
Innovation lab, that's going to have some cool things in it.
Yes. So the innovation lab is kind of a hands-on opportunity to for the workshop presenters to elaborate on their workshop and let attendees get a little bit more hands-on, ask some questions. It's separated by topic, so you can find topics and then find the different presenters in there. And then we'll also have some opportunities to build your PLN in there. We're going to have Lori will actually be speaking a couple times. You're doing a presentation in there to just kind of make connections, explore a little bit deeper into different topics.
Well, I've got a question. I think it's really important, and that is parking.
Parking, that's a good one. So the best parking garage, if you're driving in, is right across from the convention center. It's actually the convention center parking garage, and it's going to be the most affordable option. Aside from that, you've got the Grand Hyatt next door with parking, and then the other hotels will also open their parking garages, but the hotel parking is going to be much more expensive. There are also some city parking lots nearby that are less expensive, but they're going to require some walking. So the closest one is just right across from that main lobby area.
Okay. I think we have time for another question from me. What about the buses to the hotels?
Oh, so the buses this year, something new that we haven't done in the past. The buses are not going to run all day. They'll run in the morning and run in the evening, but they're not going to run midday. All of the hotels are pretty much walking distance, but the ones that are a little bit further, we've got the hotel shuttles for, and that's actually on the website too. So if you're not sure if you have hotel shuttle service, you can check that out.
Okay. I think that's important. Parking
Yes.
and transportation.
Yes.
We didn't have that on our list, so good we covered that.
Hey, Christy, I've got another question for you. I know that in some of the restaurants and places, if participants bring their badge from convention, they can get a discount. Do we have a list of those available somewhere?
You know, we actually did, and the site just went down. We're working on getting that put back up. So we will put that, it's on the website right now, but the link is broken, so we'll get that fixed. But yes, the city of San Antonio does have a list of it's called the Show Your Badge program. There's also some other discounts that'll be happening as well. The rodeo's in town that weekend, and that week, and they're extending discounts for our members as well.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we'll add all that information to the location page of the website.
Yeah, you want to take a look at the website because there's the convention website. There's a lot of information on that, so take a look at it. I see David popped up again.
Well, David, do you want to add anything for our attendees here today?
1,100 sessions.
No, you guys have been doing a great job, and Lori's been answering questions too. I'm just excited, and
I'm sitting here
looking forward to seeing all 12,000 of my close personal friends there.
like 8 different things. I'm only in the first day. That's going to be in
So Pam, I think you've got your mic on.
February.
Or somebody, I think it's Pam.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. If you have a question, just belt it out. We're right here.
For all of us that's new, do you have any guidance on how to choose the great sessions out of 1,000?
So this is what I do because to me, it's a little overwhelming. I would hone in on something, whether it's blended learning, whether it's maker spaces, and I would try to go to more, focus in on those sessions. Because if you're bebopping around, it's really hard. So if you can kind of think of a couple topics that you want to get a hold of, that's what I would do. Lori, do you have any other suggestion for that?
I agree with you, Peggy. I think you really have to pick 1 or 2 areas to really focus in on. You want to become, an expert in Google. You want to learn more about blended learning. You're going to be going one-to-one Chromebooks. Just pick 1 or 2 of those. Go in and search the app or the website. Find those sessions that you think are critical. Mark those down, and then I would find just a couple that you think would be hey, I know nothing about this whatsoever, but let's go look and see, and because this may be something I'm interested in. Question about, do we have the academies this year?
We do not have academies this year, but we have in the app, and of course on the website too, everything is, labeled, it's tagged, it has a strand with it. So if you can use a keyword, you can use a strand, and those are, they're scattered clear out in the week. So we don't just have a day of Google, or we don't have just a day of iPad or something like that.
And that's one thing I would add, if I can jump in, is look at the strands. The person who asked, how do you choose something? Look at the strands that might apply to you, and learn some things about your specific assignment or role. And I really love the ideas also about something that's totally foreign and totally new to you, and learn something totally new. Because if you get too tied into your own strand, you'll tend to see the same people and the same topics over and over again. So a good mix of the strand that applies to you and totally new, crazy things that you might not see anywhere else.
Yeah, and if you just can't pick a session that you want to go to, the interactive lounges, the solution circles, those are really just made for conversations too. Mm-hmm. And you could really just build your knowledge just talking with other people.
Most definitely.
And certainly spend time in the poster sessions.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. I didn't mention the poster sessions. We'll have 10 poster sessions going on, and I believe they're on what level?
They're on the meeting level, across the 200 rooms.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And they are organized by topic. So you can bebop around to several and get several ideas all within a little tiny space, as far as the convention center goes.
Yeah.
Christy and Peggy, I'm going to harp on this again. I'm sorry. We're still getting a lot of questions about the app. Is there any you can actually go through with the camera so we can see things? Okay.
Are there specific
question about what a poster session is?
What is a poster session? A poster session is similar to, I like to think of it similar to like a science fair setup. So they might have some supporting materials actually on a poster board, and then they'll walk through a topic or a lesson or share some advice or something, and it's really meant to be a conversation much like this is.
Okay, so on the app, if you look at the bottom, you have your home, your exhibit hall, your My Planner, and your events. So if I go to My Planner, all right, and I go to, well, let me back up here. Let me go back to home. So if I'm at home and I can look for, let's say, hold on. It's been a while since I've done this. What's the best way to look for my sessions, let's say?
So I would go to speaker list, or do you want to see what once you,
yeah, that's how I did it. So I went to the speaker list and I'm going to find my name.
And you can actually search right here. So if you want to, you can find all of Peggy's sessions.
Except I'm not D Peggy. Let's see here.
D Peggy.
Okay. So if you were looking, and this would work for a strand too, or a presenter.
Or a keyword, anything. So if you want to go into the you can search by speaker, you can search by session list, either one.
Okay. So if I wanted to go to session, let's say I wanted to go to a day in the life of an iPad student panel. What you can do is you're going to bookmark that. There's a little tiny outline of a bookmark, and when you tap it, then that's going to add it to your agenda. So you're going to find the sessions that you want to go to. And then when you go to down here at My Planner, right? And I go to my sessions, it will have all the sessions that you bookmark. So that's really nice.
Now, if you haven't logged in yet, you won't be able to bookmark anything. So you do have to log in first to access that feature.
Okay. And it has the exhibit hall. And so it has, you can see the map of the exhibit hall.
And you can actually zoom in so you can see it a little bit better and click on them. Maybe. Okay, and then once you click on them, you can see a full description, products and services, what they're doing, if they're doing any booth presentations, any of that stuff that they've included in there.
So what Christy did is we zoomed in on that exhibitor hall map, and then all she did was tap on it. So I could tap on smart technologies. You got to give it just a second, And then it'll pop up with that.
And Peggy, if you can turn down the brightness on your iPad, when you hold it up right now, we can't see anything because of the glare. If you could turn the brightness down, that might help.
Okay, let's try that. Does that help?
It's a little better.
Well, let me see.
While she's doing that, Christy, again, question about where people can change their job title. Can you go over that again, please?
Yeah, so if you go to convention.tca.org and you click on register, you should be able to access your existing account, or you can also get to it. The easiest way is through your registration confirmation. There's a link right there, and it has your, on your registration confirmation, it has your login and password there, and you can just click on that, and then it'll have your information, your invoice, and everything, and you can change it there.
Okay, let's try that. Is that any better?
That's better.
Okay, well, this is where, I can hardly see it now. If you go to home and you go to notifications, you want to make sure that that's, do you have to turn that on, or is it automatically on?
It's automatically on, but we've only sent one test notification, and so you'll just see one in there.
Okay.
And it's probably gonna be under your past notifications.
Right. So that's where, there might be some last minute cancellations or something like that. So you want to make sure you check those notifications every once in a while. Okay. But everything is, the most important thing I think is the home and my planner down at the bottom. Lori, is there something else you wanted us to point out on that, on the app?
Right now, I think that's it. I'm waiting to see if there's more questions coming in.
One thing that I noticed that when I went to the speaker list and I searched for myself, I bookmarked myself hoping that they would add those sessions to my agenda and my planner. It doesn't. I'm going to have to go bookmark those individual sessions.
Yes, I had to too. Yep, you have to book. Yeah, you can't just do it in one fell swoop. It has to be session by session by session. So good point.
Not really sure of the benefit of bookmarking a speaker yet.
I'm curious if that's a bug or if that was intended, but I made a note to look into it. This is actually, I think I mentioned, but a brand new app for us, and the company is still tweaking some things too. So that's really good feedback we can add. Not sure it'll be fixed in 11 days, but for next year.
Okay, Christy. So I'm getting some. The iPad app, TCEA iPad app, has maps, but the iOS app does not. I'm also getting questions about how many people can attend presentations in a ballroom.
Can you restate the iPad versus iOS? Because I have it on both an iPad and an iPhone here. Is it maybe iPad and Android, or iOS and Android?
No, I'm just reading the question. iPad app has maps, but iOS TCEA does not have maps.
Okay, well, I
would suggest closing the app completely and reopening and see if that works. If it doesn't, it might have been a very newer version of the app when we were still testing it. I might suggest deleting it and reinstalling it.
Yeah, I have the maps on my iPhone and I have the maps on the iPad.
Yes. Yeah.
So my suggestion is to delete that app and go back into the App Store and re-download it.
And the maps are in two different locations. The exhibit hall map is on the bottom of the navigation, and the convention center meeting room maps are underneath the home button and then under maps. So they're in two different locations because one is interactive and one is a static document.
I remember we had some, when we were first doing that, we had some problems with the map. So I think the solution there is to delete that app and re-download it from the App Store.
Couple more questions. Again, how many people can attend presentations in a ballroom, Christy?
So it depends. We have the Hemisphere Ballroom and the Stars at Night Ballroom. Most of them are going to seat beyond 1,100 people.
Okay. Should we bring our Chromebook? Will we have plenty of Wi-Fi?
Yes, the answer to that is yes, we will have plenty of Wi-Fi. We actually will have a separate network for presenters if we have any presenters on here. I have been assured by the convention center that they will have adequate Wi-Fi. However, TCEA attendees always put the convention center to a test because they underestimate how powerful our devices are and how many we bring. So yes, the plan is that there will be adequate Wi-Fi. Yes. That's my final.
Next question. Will there be charging stations?
Absolutely. So there's actually several charging stations. The convention center has a few built-in ones, and Brentford is also going to showcase some of theirs throughout the convention center. So there'll be no shortage of electricity access.
And what is the name of the company that designed our app?
So we actually go through eShow for our app.
And I would say something about your, if you're going to bring your chargers, whether it's for a laptop or an iPhone, I would put a little label on it because a lot of times those get left in the wall.
Yes.
And we have people that turn those in and we can get them back to you, pretty quick if we've got your name. So, well, I would label everything. It's like sending your kindergartner off for school.
Yep.
And Tina had a question about, yes, Tina had a question. Now it's disappeared from my screen. Hold on, I'm so sorry.
Hey, real quick while Pam's looking for that, I have a Google Pixel 2 and I deleted the app, reinstalled it, and my maps are back.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, yay.
Okay.
Tina has a question saying in the past you could choose a strand to follow, librarian, instructional coach, etc. Can you again talk a little bit about that we don't have the academies, but we do have the strands still?
Yeah, so in the app, you can actually search by the strand. Underneath the home button, there's a session list. And if you want to search by a strand, you can go to the top and select filter. And I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but at the top, there is, whoops, sorry. At the top, there's a little button there that says filter. And if you click on that, it'll give you a drop-down list of all of the different strands. You can select a strand and it'll identify all of them within that strand. You can also search by a keyword there too if you wanted to.
So we'll go over that once more, but you can see it right here. So Christy, let's take that from the top again because that filter, that little funnel is very important.
Yes, so if you click on that little funnel to filter, there's 3 different options: session strand, session topic, or session type. The strand is identified by the presenter, and if you're a librarian, you want to follow all the librarian ones, you can select that one and it'll show all of them. The session topic is actually selected by us when we're selecting the presentations. We identify various topics. So if they didn't necessarily align their strand to everything that was in there, but it has another topic, we've identified that to help you. So for instance, Adobe is a popular one. You can search for all the Adobe ones through that tag. And then lastly, it's a session type. So if you know that you're looking for a longer workshop, or if you're looking for something interactive or a panel, you can also filter by that.
So let me say that one more time. That's really cool on that filter. You can search by session strand, session topic, or session type. So take a look at those, especially to help you, figure out which ones you're going to follow, especially if you're new and you don't, know what to focus on.
And if you just open it up, it's going to default to Monday right now, but you can click on the top to see all of the days as well. So if you want to plan out your entire week.
Where's that at? Oh, here? Yeah. On the left side.
Yep.
So, yeah.
On the left on the iPad, on the top on the phone.
Okay, yeah. I don't know if you can see that, but there's the days over here, and then there's the ways that you can filter.
Perfect, yes.
I would suggest you, hunker down in front of the TV and get your iPad or your Android and just kind of hunt and peck through the app. Do some exploration because it really just needs some time to just kind of get familiar with it.
So once you click on a session, I don't know if that's visible on there or not, you have an option to bookmark it, which will add it to your schedule. You can actually add notes to it. If you add notes, make sure you bookmark it to your schedule so you can go back and find it easily and find your notes. And you can rate it, and that's where you would get the presenter feedback there as well.
Is there like a star system?
There is a star system, so it's very easy to do that, but we also have an open-ended for providing just open-ended
Okay.
feedback this year.
So we've got the rating at kind of 1 through 5 or whatever it is, and then you can also give feedback.
Yeah.
You can type it up. So that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, Lori, anything else that we need to review? Any new questions?
I've got a question. I'm not sure I understand it. M. Hernandez, you may need to help me. What is volunteer needs to know? I'm not sure what you mean by that. So if you can tell me a little bit more, then I can pass it on to them.
I'm going to guess that's off the website. Is the need to know?
The other question while he or she, I'm sorry, I don't know, is typing is how do you get into the planner and how do you log in again back on the app?
So let me get in there. On the app, on the bottom navigation, if I'm looking on my phone, I believe that the iPad is the same. Yes. If you click on My Planner, on that page, you should have a sign in. And again, you want to use the email address that you received TCEA correspondence from, the one that you used to register. And if you have your password, which was on your registration confirmation, you can enter that. And if you don't, you can ask to reset my password, and it'll send an email to that email address.
Okay, and I have a clarification now on that other question. Besides getting there 30 minutes early to get the resources, what else would we need to know if we volunteer to help in some workshops?
So you'll actually receive an email from us, likely this week or next week, with a little bit of instruction on that, but you'll get a detailed list or a brief list ahead of time, the detailed list on site. But if you're a facilitator, you're really just a liaison for the presenter, and then your main primary duty is to scan attendees as they come into the room so that they get CPE credit.
You're just scanning them in with a little scanner.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing is you might hold up a sign that says the presenter has 10 minutes left or 5 minutes. And then do we have any for other volunteers, like dropping
Yeah, and then
like that?
if you've signed up for other things like in the membership booth, we have some volunteer slots for that to help be a membership ambassador. You'll receive information on what's expected there. But yeah, you'll get an email from us with all of those things, but it's really just kind of being an extra set of helpful hands. No special hard task will be assigned for sure.
And once again, you get a fabulous t-shirt.
You get a fabulous t-shirt, and you get entered into, and this is just that if you volunteer for multiple things in one day, you get a ticket each time for that drawing for that day.
Christy, is it possible to change your volunteer sessions?
Yeah, absolutely. You can log into the volunteer portal and make those adjustments, or you can email me with the email address that you received this link from.
And do you have to be scanned at the sessions if you don't want the credit?
We would like to scan you so that we can keep account of how many people are in there for capacity purposes.
It's safe to be scanned by us since we already have your information, so.
Yeah, no vendor is allowed to scan attendee badges off of the show floor. So if there's someone scanning at a meeting room, it's for TCEA purposes only, and your information stays with us.
How do they get the PD credit when everything's over with, Christy?
So we'll actually send out an email that they can log into using the same credentials for this, and they'll be able to download a certificate of attendance and everything that they've been scanned for. The only thing that will not be on their CPE tracking are anything that have a self-reporting credit hour. So any interactive learning that you might do that doesn't have CPE, if you want to track that personally, you can add that to your list of sessions that you've attended.
And Christy, I'm not sure if y'all talked about the sponsor rooms and what they're going to be offering in those: Microsoft, Dell, Google, Apple.
Sure. So all of that content too you can find. So if you're looking for Dell content or Apple, you can certainly search for that in the app and see every single session that they're doing. But just kind of a quick overview is Microsoft is doing their Innovative Educator workshop. And they'll have several 50-minute sessions planned throughout the week as well. Google has a room in the Hemisphere area, and they'll have sessions going on. The Google room is always a huge hit. Dell will have a room this year, and then Amazon Web Services actually has 2 rooms doing very focused IT level sessions too. Trying to think who else. Oh, and then Apple has 2 locations. Apple's got a session room, and then they're also going to do an interactive learning playground on Thursday.
Christy, do you know, can you get the Google certification at the convention?
You cannot get the Google certification, but I believe that they do have some stuff that can work towards it. But I don't know that 100%, so I don't want to say yes or no.
You can't get it. I'll help you out. But there are several sessions on what you need to know in order to pass the exam, so you can definitely look for those.
All right, we'll hang around here for a couple more minutes. If you happen to think of another question. And remember, if we have some experienced folks out there, if you want to drop in a tip, we'd be happy to pass that along.
Next year, the conference is going to be in Austin.
Yes, and Austin will be our 40th anniversary, and I see that Charlotte is online as well, and Charlotte is our 2020 convention chair.
And we have a point here from Rhonda. It says, FYI, looking at the differences between our iPhone and Android phones and settings, we know that if you have the setting turned on for automatically add bookmarked sessions to calendar, then the sessions will not populate to the planner in the app. You have to turn that off.
And that's on Android?
That is my understanding.
Okay.
I think it's on both, but they noticed it on the Android. Dress code for the conference.
Well, if you
It's
want
formal, black tie, right?
If you want a fully charged shirt, they're at booth 188 in the exhibit hall. Business casual, comfy shoes. I'll be wearing sequins all week.
And remember her high heels too.
And my heels. Well, we're going to stick around as long as there's people here. So if you don't have questions and you want to head to Sonic for happy hour, now's the time. Wait, Sonic happy hour is ended, I think.
Yeah, I think it's 2 to 4. I think we missed it.
We missed it.
Peggy,
All right,
somebody wants to know, I'm sorry, Peggy, somebody wants to know what you're teaching. I don't think you're doing any sessions though, are you?
Oh no, just around 18 or something like that. I'll be bebopping around all over the place.
Your best bet is
I've got
to
some
sort.
robotics, maker spaces. I don't know. They're in my notebook. I'm going to do one on Jennifer and I are going to do one on digital breakouts and physical breakouts, and we're going to do a goose chase. I don't know. I don't know.
Just search for her in the speakers, and that way you can look at them. She is doing a ton. All of the PD staff are. And again, what is the time each day from 8 to 6?
Yeah, for sessions, yes, 8 to 6.
Or you can join the staff. We're going to be there at 6 o'clock.
Does the TCEA shirt come in glitter?
I think that's more of a makerspace project. I'm going to leave that one to Peggy.
Is there anything on Google VR?
I don't know, but we can look.
I know there are some things on VR. I'm pretty sure there's something on Google VR, but I'm not going to guarantee it. But Trina says she searched and couldn't find anything.
I do not see anything on Google VR specifically. Oh, well, here we go. Google Expeditions AR and VR lesson plan and demonstration. Best Buy is hosting that one. I would say search by VR and not specifically Google VR because they may have not tagged that directly. So if you just search by VR, I'm seeing quite a bit that that are coming up there. Yes, there are a couple here. Yep. Out of the box learning with Google AR and VR. So yeah, just do a search for VR instead of Google VR specifically.
And I bet they'll have something in the Google room too.
For sure. Yeah.
Where are the pickup points for the buses to the convention?
Ooh, good question.
Well, I can tell you this is also in the handy dandy app. Okay, so they will pick up at, and you guys are making me like look at my phone, which I can barely see. Holiday Inn, the Drury Inn and Suites, Holiday Inn Riverwalk, and the Omni La Mansion. So there's 3 different routes, but with pickup points at different places.
And they will drop off right there, right in front of the main lobby. I think that just turned, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the Drury Plaza, Westin Riverwalk, and the Contessa in Hyatt Regency.
The nice thing about San Antonio, or one of the nice things about San Antonio is really all of the hotels are so close. They're pretty much walking distance, which is great.
Yes.
Because, you need to get more steps in.
I'd rather be on the sidewalk walking than on a bus. So if you can, get your steps in, that's the way I would go.
Oh, okay. They're asking where are the public buses to get there?
Oh, that I do not know. I have to research. I'm happy to do that, and we can add that information to the location page. Charlotte, do you know the answer to that? No? Okay. If you want to shoot me an email directly, I can reply back with that information, but I'll work on getting that added to the website as well.
And if you're feeling daring and adventurous, I believe there's those scooters all over the place downtown. So you could hop on a scooter.
Yes, there's lots of scooters, but please be careful. And the scooters, they actually go pretty far outside of the downtown area.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I think they were going to cap them here to like 7 miles per hour or something. So, you can't be an evil Knievel. You have to take it easy on those scooters.
Yeah, but don't bring them inside the convention center, please.
Yes.
David, that's for you. No scooters for you.
He's nodding his head, so that's good.
No, I'm saying yes, I do. Convention sure gets a segue.
Oh, but speaking of, if you do need a scooter, we do have a scooter rental location inside the exhibit hall by registration. So if the need arises, you can either stop in or you can reserve one ahead of time too.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about San Antonio. Everything is going to be right in that area. Lost and found, registration,
Yes.
membership booth, all that's right there in a central location.
Yes. I'm getting really excited.
Are you getting fully charged?
I am fully charged.
We need to say that together. We are fully charged.
Ready?
Ready?
Practice?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
We are fully charged. And we'll see you in San Antonio in less than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So we're going to say that's our cutoff here, but we will stick around and answer any other questions you might have. And don't forget your backpacks and your comfy shoes and your water and your snacks.
And I'm sure you guys have gotten a ton of emails from us. If you guys have questions, feel free to reply back to any one of them.
Great job, ladies. See everyone real soon.